It's like it's a lot of us who done figured out how to be good at something, and some of us just sitting with being good at it, and we kind of suffering, not figuring out, having a hard time figuring out how to turn being good at something into like a life to live. You know what I'm saying?
A lifestyle, you mean?
Just how to turn it into a life. Like, I'm good as heck at what I know how to do, but I still got to go work this job that I hate. I still got to try to figure out how to provide for myself, how to feed myself, you know, how to get people to understand it. It's like, that's what it's about. It's like, that's what it's like, talent versus drive. Like, if you got the drive to figure out what you need to be able to do to be able to support the talent that you got, everything is a win. Everything is, then it's a success. You know what I'm saying? But if you got talent and you don't know how to get your talent to the next level to where it can support you, it just seems like it's got to be miserable.
Hell yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
Which means if you got talent, you got to figure out how to get to the root of what's messing up your drive.
I think part of it is trying to figure.
Yeah, but the direction you got to take is every direction, because that's the only way you got to explore every possible direction in order to figure out what direction is the right direction. You know what I'm saying? You ain't gonna figure out and understand what's the right direction before you go in any direction.
Right. Well, reason I'm saying.
And see,
I mean, every young artist.
But is right. But then the question, the critique and the critique and the observation of it ain't enough. When you pose the question and you say, what's going on, you got to explore the answer to that question. There's a reason why. And the reason why it's happening is more important than being able to observe and express that you're watching something happen. It's getting to the root of it. The next generation is praising and glorifying and making money off of the murder, kill music because they sold it to us first. Don't get it twisted. They sold it to us first. So why did they sell it to us? And who sold it to us? And when did the music shift from how it started to selling death and murder? Because if you get to the root of it, then you realize that the critique that you have, it's not warranted when you critiquing the younger generation. They are the receiver of it. They aren't the creator of it. When you get to the root, then that's where solutions are found. To be fair on the young people who are looking for ways to express themselves by way of the music and getting bought out to push a specific message. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
Because if it wasn't money behind it, they wouldn't be doing it. That's why they not doing the stuff that we feel like is more beneficial to pop culture. The money ain't behind it. And it's only the difference between gangster rap and drill music is just time.
It's like you instantly own. If you talk about,
that's how it was then.
Killing each other.
That's how it was then, man. Snoop, what was one of Snoop's biggest hits? Murder was the case that they gave me. What I'm trying to tell you is, if you 35 and up, you ain't being fair. If you saying that drill music is the destruction to young black folks, it's not. It's the evolution of what was destroying us. It didn't start with drill music. It didn't start with trap rap. You feel what I'm saying?
Okay.
People start getting bought out in the 80s to start to push a different message other than uplifting and expressing yourself around the conception of hip hop music. You feel what I'm saying?
Right. Express yourself.
Yeah. So what happened for people to stop making music like that? What happened is somebody start offering a bigger bag for music that was helping us go to jail. The music industry is fueled and funded by the same people who benefit the most off of private prisons. That's the reason why we got the largest population of prisoners based on our overall country size in the world, man. 1/4 of the world's prisoners is in the United States. How does that happen? One way that it happens is they start putting the most amount of money behind people who project the messages that help the prisons fill up. And it did not just start with drill music. Drill music is the target of being responsible for it right now, because the people who are behind the music financially are good at making us the image of being responsible. It's the money put behind us that's responsible.
Who is that?
Like, who is it specifically? Yeah. Like the people names? I don't know their names. But when they saying record execs and who own the record labels and who own the private prisons, that's something you can Google. That's Googleable. Google a blah, blah, blah. However you would say that.
Right.
No, I don't know the people. I understand how the system works. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah, the system works. Right. Yeah, it's crazy.
Because the observation is a hell of an observation. But if it's only a surface level observation, then it's just talk.
Is that something to be talked about in hip hop culture? That's something the artists should come out and talk about.
I think there's artists who talk about it in their music. I think anything that you see, you recognize, you experience that has an effect on you, you're supposed to be expressing it creatively. That's what I think. I think anything that you notice that make you feel some kind of way, you should be trying to figure out how to put it in the artwork that you're making.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about. I wanted to talk to you about.
He found himself in the middle of some very dangerous mind control and manipulation with the music, man. So when you a part of a world, you gotta learn the world. So just being a performer, just being a rapper ain't enough. You gotta learn how it really works. As a visual artist, it was beneficial for me to take a serious dive into what is this artwork really about? What is these museums really about? What is these galleries really about? How is this stuff really paying people money? Like, how does it work? So I can make the decision on how I engage with it.
Right.
Because if you don't know how it works, you're not making an informed decision on what you do. You kind of you got your eyes closed as, somebody who hurting so bad for money and to be accepted and to be validated, that the right price come in front of you and you find yourself doing something that ain't really in your character to do, because your motivation is really the money. Your motivation ain't to become who you are or supposed to really be. That's what people mean when they say all you got to do is be true to yourself and the money will come. But if you chasing the money, you may never make it to being true to yourself, because the right amount of money might come in front of you and take you in another direction.
Damn. Wow.
Yes, they're getting bought out. This is what it means to sell your soul. You taking money for the benefit of having the money over who you become in the process.
And now you got to live up to this.
You don't got to live up to it, because you got people killing themselves, killing each other. You feel what I'm saying? Smoking themselves, drinking themselves, leaning themselves all the way out. You don't have to live. You don't, just because you should or you want to, don't mean you will be able to live up to it. Why you think we got so many celebrities? That's fucked up. What did they do to get the money? Can they live with what they did to get the money? Can they cleanse themselves of what they did to get the money?
That shit deep. I know a lot of them did a whole lot of shit we don't know about, and they fucked up.
This is the crazy part. A lot of them did a whole bunch of shit that we do know something about, and we act like we don't even see it. How about that?
Man.
How about we singing the lines and the lyrics to people telling on themselves, and we ignore them until the big media system tells us to pay it attention. And then we say, oh, now I go back and I listen to all this stuff, and this is what they was talking about the whole time. No, something's wrong with you. I heard it the whole time.
Damn. Before you told me to go check it out and listen.
I was listening when I was playing it. I heard you say your mind was telling you no, but your body was telling you yes. When you around a bunch of people being molested, that sound weird. I heard you say the molester. I want it with young, fresh, and clean with no hair in between. When you around people being molested, that sound weird, man.
Damn.
You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Hey, it was like, hey, and then when you realize ain't nobody else bringing it up, or when you bring it up, everybody looking at you like you tripping. It's like, okay, I don't want to keep absorbing that. These ain't the lines and the lyrics that I want to recite in my mind. I don't want this stuff in my subconscious coming out of me in ways that I can't control it.
Right, because we've been saying it for so many years. It's like, oh, I want to speak the truth, and that's what I was really saying.
Right. I want somebody making me say something else.
Yeah.
So I find myself gravitating towards specific artists who I appreciate what they cause my subconscious to say when I'm just hearing a beat in my head. You feel what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. So I think that's what we gotta reverse. You know what I'm saying?
And the only way to reverse the cycle is to start within yourself. You can't reverse the cycle in people if you can't reverse the cycle in yourself.
That makes sense.
That's why it's always going to come back to developing the self. Because automatically everything that you're taking in, that you feel some kind of way about, that you agree with, that you don't agree with, that you understand, that you don't understand, when you tap into yourself and you creating from an internal place, that stuff that you experiencing, it automatically comes out. It automatically, your tapping into yourself automatically expresses your thoughts, your feelings, and your opinion on all this stuff you're taking in. Meaning, pay attention to it, study it, feel some kind of way about it, question it, and then just go create something after, because automatically what you was taking in is what's going to come out. But if you're taking nothing in, don't nothing come out. And if you're not developing yourself, you can't even communicate and express that what you're taking in is nothing.
Right.
That's why I say your critique, your observation is on point. All I'm saying is the way people gonna hear you is the same way people heard the stuff that's got them going in the wrong direction.
So it's good to study it before you get to create.
You don't gotta study it. I'm just saying if you are studying it. You only need to study yourself to create. You don't need to study anything outside of yourself, because yourself is taking in stuff from so many different directions in ways that we don't even realize that it's taking it in. You don't have to study anything other than yourself. What I'm saying is you can't reverse the damage being done if you don't use the same method that caused the damage. You want to reverse how people are influenced by the music? You got to reverse it through the music. If you want to reverse how people see themselves, you got to reverse it by using different forms of how people see themselves. Like, that's where the antidote is. That's where the solution is. It's in the same method as the poison. Think about it. Everybody walking around addicted to alcohol, right?
Mm-hmm.
What's alcohol? Before it's alcohol, what is it?
Poison.
No, it's not poison. It's fruit.
Oh, okay.
Right. And guess what you're supposed to, the top 3 things you need in your system to reverse your health and the damage that you're causing yourself with taking in poison. Fruit. Not fruit and vegetables, fruit. Vegetables is the medicine. Vegetables is the plants. You feel what I'm saying? The herbs, the plants is how you revert. So it's the same thing. The thing that causes the pain is the same thing that fixes the pain. You feel what I'm saying? Like, if you a musician and you see there's something wrong with the music, then you somebody who should be trying to figure out how to express what you feel is wrong with the music through music. Right. If you a photographer and you looking at the image of black people messing up the perception of black people, then you're supposed to be taking pictures that's repairing the damaged image that's caused black people to have misperception of themselves. If you are somebody who is a writer and you looking at literacy and you looking at the ability to be able to read and you looking at the stories that's being told and the stories that we taking in and how they messing us up, you supposed to be investigating the poem, the essay, the stories that counter the damage that's being done.
Right, like I don't feel like
I think it's something wrong.
I don't know well he probably do because he follow me, but other sons don't know which way is good and which way is cool or stay in school. Like, if they not saying.
But look, but it's something wrong with only talking about it. Talking about it is not the solution. The solution is creating something that counters the damage. Talking about it is wasting time. Expressing yourself creatively about it, about the thing you would talk about it. Expressing yourself creatively about the thing that you would talk to somebody about is a more productive use of time. Because what you make can live longer than you. But if you talk about it today and you get killed tomorrow, you was wasting your time yesterday.
Right.
Why didn't you record what you want to talk about? Why you didn't write what you want to talk about? Why you didn't photograph what you want to talk about? Because now it's too late.
Before I run out of time, I gotta make timeless music.
Yes. So what's then happened is most artists are doing it in reverse. Most artists are spending all the energy and all of the time talking about what they should be making. But if you make it first, you'll be able to talk about it for the rest of your life.
That hit different.
Make the work, because the work is going to be the bullet point, the slideshow, the portfolio, the album, the movie, the story, the essay, the poem that's going to cause you to talk about it over and over and over again. But if you keep talking about it over and over again without making no work, you never make the work.
Right, got you.
It's that energy that you can feel when you taking in any kind of information. Use it to make something with that carries that conversation that you would have. So every time somebody listens to that song, it sparks this conversation that you're having. Every time somebody interview you and ask you, well, what made you make that? Focus. I made it because one day I was scrolling Instagram. Now you talk about it. And now that you're talking about it, somebody can download the music. So now your conversation about what you made is marketing what you have to sell. But if you ain't got nothing to sell behind what you're talking about, it's like you wasting your time.
Got you.
This is a raw ass conversation, my nigga.
Oh shit! I tell you what, things just gave me chills, man.
Hey, because I'm forever trying to figure out and get to the root of my own thoughts, feelings, and expressions, and trying to share what I would tell my younger self. So I'm always trying to get better at how to get it out. You feel what I'm saying?
That's it.
But
What would I tell my younger self?
It's what would you tell your younger self? And then you're supposed to take your advice right now. What would you tell your younger self and take that advice right now?
Oh man. Oh, I got something. I gotta text that to myself. I'm listening. I'm just texting it to myself.
So what I think you should be trying to do is these conversations that you have with people, this information you take in, your thoughts, your ideas, and your opinions, I think you should turn them into bullet points. Just like the bullet pointed list that I used to give you, and then you would turn that motherfucker into a rap. I think you need to make a bullet pointed list of your thoughts, feelings, and ideas towards what you was just talking about, the music industry. And then use the bullet pointed list to create 16 bars. Like, I really think you should be trying to evolve and advance your creative process so it becomes more and more productive. So it helps you produce more, quicker. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I think as artists, we make a mistake when we get used to a process that was working at a certain period of time. I think we're supposed to be always trying to develop and advance our creative process.
Yeah.
And I just feel like when I was sending you bullet points, I feel like you were spitting out more music. You would just spit that right back to me, which means you could do that for yourself. You said what?
I said, because you got some hard ass bullet points. I'm not gonna lie.
But every video that we didn't record it, every conversation that we didn't had, anything up on social media, those are my bullet points. Like if you listen to the video or listen to the clip and say, oh, here go the 5 bullet points.
Okay.
So that's
I could do my own homework without saying, hey, can you send me some bullet points? It's right there.
Right.
All I got you.
But then at the same time, the stuff that's on your mind, if you turn it into bullet points as if you wasn't the person making the bullet points, then you would just do that with everything. See, to me, the bullet points helped you focus in on one topic and got it finished, got it started and completed. So if you conflicted by it, you should definitely talk about being conflicted. Why? Because other people gonna be able to relate to that. The truth is what people relate to. And most things aren't one way or the other. Like, I love it, but I kind of hate it. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
I feel good about it, but sometimes I feel bad about it. This is my gift. This is my curse. Is it love? Is it hate? You feel what I'm saying? Most things function on a dual system. It ain't all one way. Don't try to get it perfect. Let it be what it want to be. Let it just come out. And maybe you should be trying to get it out before you try to turn it into a rap. Yeah, get the bullet points down and then put your rap hat on and turn the bullet points into the rap. Don't try to turn it into the rap out of your mind.
Got you.
Unless you're going to freestyle. But if you're going to freestyle, you need to record it so you can go back and turn it into what you need it to be. Really use these devices and listen to what they call devices.
What you say?
I said, and listen to what it's called. It's called a device instead of using your vices. See, we walk around using our vices, and our vices got us confused about how to interact with our devices. You feel what I'm saying? Get rid of the vices. Use your devices. You feel me?
Oh my goodness. Right.
So you can device yourself. Because your vices got you keeping it all in.
That's fucking incredible, D Black.
You feel what I'm saying?
Oh man. I can device myself. Got you.